go, let's 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 go.
Test. Test. 1, 2. I got the sound on.
All right, okay.
I think you want me to mute it?
Good evening, ladies and gentlemen, and welcome to Windsor Oxen Hockey, Nova Scotia Junior Hockey League action from the John Paris Junior Rink in Windsor. Dan Boyd set to bring you the play-by-play here tonight on the Oxen the Facebook, YouTube channel. And we're looking forward to a game tonight. The Oxen snapped their 6-game losing streak with a huge win in Bridgewater on Tuesday afternoon, Remembrance Day afternoon. And they squeaked by the Lumberjacks 6-5. And now they want some revenge on Sackville, who defeated the Lumberjacks a week ago last Monday night in Sackville. So they're looking for that. But the Oxen come in tonight in 4th place in the league standings with a record of 4-6-1, while the Blazers, they're not doing all that well still, but they're at 3-9. The Oxen are 4-6-2, and they have a total of 10 points. We're going to stop now for our national anthem. There's our national anthem, and now we're getting set to play hockey. The Sackville Blazers and the Windsor Oxen. This will be the 3rd game between the two clubs this year. Their teams are 1-1 against each other. There's 3 other games on tap in the Junior League tonight. A big game in East Hants between the Capstone Colts and East Hants. The Junior Miners are in Antigonish, and Brookfield is in Port Hawkesbury. Starting a goal tonight for the Oxen will be, just looking here, he's wearing number 31, but I don't see a number 31 listed on the program, but I'm pretty sure that's Graydon Mole, but I'll find out for you in a minute. And starting in nets for the Sackville Blazers will be Brendan Shaka. He had a great game the other night in Sackville. And here we go, play starting. Down into the Oxen end. And that's Smith picks it up for the Oxen. And Sackville tries to come out. Center ice where the Oxen shoot it back in, but it goes in for an offside. So it'll be kind of interesting to see just what we get here tonight. The Oxen were doing very well on home ice until the last couple of games, and then of course they were off last Friday night. But the Oxen, as I said, are 4-6-2, while the Blazers are 4-9 right now. The Oxen have 10 points, and the Colts are ahead of them with 18, the Lumberjacks with 22, and the Penguins with 23. Here come the Blazers driving in. That's number 12, Tristan LeBlanc. LeBlanc over to Rivard, and it goes by the pads of Blazers and Oxen. Trying to find an opening there, but they battle for it along the boards. There's Hartnell with it for a second. He gets it back to Gerhard. Paul Maloney. Maloney gets it up, tries to get it up to McLeod, but the Blazers cut it off. Goes in front of the net, but they can't get a shot away. Here comes the Blazers again, 43, Cam Walsh. And the Blazers now back in their own territory, trying to do something with it, but it goes to center ice where it's Fitch, and then Paul Maloney. And the Oxen keep it on the blue line. Here's Manning. Manning's got it for a second. It goes in behind the Oxen or the Blazers net. There's the Oxen with it. Number 13, Matthew Shields. And the Blazers break out. They come down to center ice. 88, Dylan Probert. But he doesn't get any further than center ice, where the Oxen pick it back up on the blue line. There's Dylan Manning with it. Manning trying to clear it over to Matthew Shields, but with no success. There's a shot right on by 72, Will Meek. He's the guy you got to watch for the Blazers. There's another shot just to the side of the net. And there's Shields with it again. Nick Morikov picks it up behind the Sackville net. He clears it up to Aiden Tucker, but the Oxen now come back with it, and they shoot it back into the Sackville Blazers' end. But no doubt the 6-5 win over the Lumberjacks on Tuesday afternoon would have to give the Oxen a big boost of confidence. And they are playing the Blazers tonight, and then they hit the road again on Sunday afternoon as they go to Eskasoni to play the first place Eskasoni Junior Eagles, who are in first in the Sid Row division, before they come back home a week from Sunday night to play the Brookfield Elks. So some doable points here on the calendar. Eskasoni, after a hot start, they're now down to 9-5, but still leading the division in the Sid Row. And the whistle goes. We're going to have a face-off. And I made the mistake because I knew that before I started the broadcast, but Graydon Mold in the Sackville game a week ago Monday night received a match penalty, and he is currently serving a suspension. And so I apologize because I knew that. I was just so used to seeing him wear the 31 or the 29. Now, that could be Ryan LeBlanc in defense tonight, but the Oxen had another goaltender that took over in Sackville that night, and we'll find out for you who's in nets for the Oxen in just a minute. Play goes behind the Blazers' net, and Fitch tries to block it at the blue line. But Bursey for 25, he had it for a minute for the Blazers, but Fitch picked it up for the Oxen, and then they clear it out. Cam Smith trying to get it out, but it's being handled by the Oxen defense right now. Nice pass there, over to Cam Smith. Up to Wilson Davison. And it almost bounced out for Fitch to get a shot, but he couldn't get a hold of it. And the Blazers break back with Probert. Probert's been scoring some goals for the Blazers this year. And there's Robinson. Robinson, 17. Wilson Davison, I should say. Davison going all the way in. He takes a shot, but it goes over the net. Mac Bursey had it for a minute. He takes another shot on the Oxen net. Here's McLeod breaking out with Hartnell on the wing. Hartnell has it. He steps around one Blazer defender. Hartnell coming in, goes behind the net, and then the Blazers take it away from him, and the Blazers are forced to clear it down. And we'll see, and there's an icing call on the Blazers. There's Walsh. She dumps it in. And the Oxen pick it up at center ice. And that's McKenzie. He's wearing double O tonight. Brady McKenzie on defense. The Oxen only get it down so far to the blue line, and it's taken away. The Oxen pick it up. Walsh fighting with it. He's fighting with I didn't catch the number, but that's 27, Will Meek, or Aiden Tucker coming in. And it's back to the Sackville blue line where LeBlanc takes it. And LeBlanc now veers it back to Nick Morikov. Teams trying their best to get some good shots on goal, but a couple of good pad saves there in the Windsor nets. But that's really been the only real scoring chance so far. The Oxen have maintained control for a good part of this game so far, but so far no luck in getting any good scoring opportunities. There's Fletcher going in for the Oxen. Fletcher bumps it back, but it goes right onto a Sackville net. And then Shields makes a play, but it doesn't go anywhere after he tried to keep it in. There's 10, Xavier Rivard, who's scoring a few more points for the Blazers. He breaks out with it. Rivard has it. He still has it. And before Walsh takes it away, I should say Matthew Shields takes it away. And the Oxen, they're skating just as hard as the Blazers skating just as hard as the Oxen right now, but they really can't do anything other than those couple of shots that they were good saves by the Windsor netminder. No score so far, and we're almost halfway through this period. The Oxen shoot it in, Lachlan Levy, and Fletcher chases after it. And Morikov picks it up behind the Sackville net, and they bring it out. But the Oxen take it at center ice and clear it back in. Probert, he has it at center ice for the Blazers, and he dumps it in where McKenzie picks it up for the Oxen. McKenzie looking to, behind the net, trying to figure out who he's going to send it up to, and he gets it up to Kenny, I believe that is, for the Nos, for the Oxen. We've gone quite a while without a stoppage in play. We're down to 9:58 left here in the opening period. There's the Blazers with it. They try to start up again from behind their net. They start out with it. Get the puck. Tried to get the puck up to Bursey, but the Oxen quickly take it away again. And the pass goes to Davison, but he couldn't hang on to it. Goes across, and the defense picks up for the Blazers. But the Oxen steal it at center ice. McLeod back to Davison. But a shot there, and they fail to. The shots haven't been that high so far, as the Blazers are out shooting the Oxen 4-3. The Oxen, or the Blazers, had, as I've said a couple of times, they've had those two excellent scoring opportunities. But we'll see what happens here in the last half of this first period. Puck sneaks out over the blue line. That's Caden Kurlock. And he dumps it in for the Windsor Oxen. There's Cam Walsh. Walsh shoots it on net, and there's a stoppage of play there as the Sackville goaltender, Braden Sheka, makes the save. Just looking, Cam Walsh still leading the Oxen in scoring this year with 6 goals, 10 assists for 16 points. And he's followed quickly behind by Dylan Manning with 6 goals and 8 assists for 14 points. Matthew Shields is third with 6 goals and 7 assists for 13 points. Now, as far as the Blazers are concerned, I believe we might be getting a penalty here. And we are. McLeod's going to the box for the Oxen. No, just a sec here. McLeod, there's double minors here. So we're going to have double minors. The teams are going to be playing 4-on-4. And that's Kalen Monroe in nets for the Oxen tonight. I apologize for not knowing that, but his number wasn't listed on the program. And he's the young fellow that picked up for Graydon Mole in Sackville. And Molehead was kicked out of the game in Sackville there a week ago, Monday night. But if you're looking for Sackville strength, they have Xavier Rivard with 6 goals, 11 points. Will Meek, 3 goals, 7 assists for 10. And Dylan Probart, 7 goals and 3 assists for 10 points. So a couple of players that you have to keep an eye on for the Blazers. Dylan Manning going to take the face-off here for the Oxen against Adam Mallett. The Blazers win it. They get it behind the net. They start out. Here comes Mallett. He dumps it in for the Blazers. But Rivard's got it for the Blazers now. Rivard trying to hang on to it. He did for a short second, but the Oxen take control again. Both players got a penalty for roughing as the play centers in on the Sackville netminder, and the Sackville netminder is laid right out on his back, trying to keep the puck out of the net. 58 seconds left before the teams will be playing 5-on-5 again. Big game on the South Shore tomorrow night. The Antigonish Junior Bulldogs will be playing the South Shore Lumberjacks. And another penalty coming up here. I believe this one's to the Sackville Blazers, as 22 for the Oxen is sprawled out, Dylan Manning. And we'll see what happens here. And that is going to be... No, we still don't have anybody coming to the box for the Blazers. But it's going to be 4-on-3. But there's no player in the box, in the penalty box for the Blazers. So I don't know what's going on. Somebody's mixed up here. The referees are finally seeing the light, and they're trying to find the player that was assessed the penalty. He didn't even realize he got it. And it's going to be 51 for the Blazers going to the box. And now the Oxen are 4-on-3. And they'll have the man advantage power play once this one is over for a minute and 9 seconds. So the Oxen start out. Lachlan Levy, Matthew Shields, Lachlan Levy, and Cam Walsh goes back in to take it. And here comes Cam Walsh. Moves up the ice. In over the Sackville blue line. There's Walsh. Walsh going to take a shot. Oh! And a stick save there. The shot was going high, but the Sackville goaltender still got the top part of his stick on it. So that's the Sackville goaltender that got the interference penalty, Braden Shake. And so he's the one that received the penalty. But there is, of course, someone serving it for him. 1 second left in those respective roughing penalties. Now the Blazers will be on the power play for 1 minute and 11 seconds. One player back on the blue line for the Oxen. That's Cam Walsh. 3 players up front. They're going to try to get the pass over to Walsh. Walsh moving in, takes a shot. Oh, nice blocker save there by Shake. And McLeod has it. He dumps it over to Matthew Shields. The Oxen controlling the play right now. And the Oxen move in. Oh, tried to get over a nice pass there to 22 for the Oxen, but Walsh has it on the point. Gets it back to McLean. Nice pad save. Oh, just goes wide of the net. Very close for the Oxen. There's Walsh, and he gives it up at the blue line. And here comes Probert. Probert moving in. Oh, beautiful pad save there by the Oxen goaltender. I believe I said his name was Aiden Malone, but I don't have it right in front of me. It's going to be showing to me here in just a second. Kalen Monroe. Apologies. Kalen Monroe. I'm going to write that down, and I won't be thinking about it here. So Kalen Monroe in the nets. Now the Oxen have it, and they're back to full strength, 5-on-5. The Blazers start out with it. There's Vidido. He gets it up to Davidson at center ice for the Oxen. Davidson's going in. He only gets in so far, but he's staying right on the puck, battling along the boards. And there's Jacob Gerhardt with it for a second. Gerhardt going in to fight for it, trying to get it out to Lachlan Levy. And here come the Blazers. Oh, knocked down there by Davison at center ice, and the Blazers couldn't do anything with it. The Oxen now out shooting the Blazers 12-5. Will Meek has it at the Oxen blue line. He got it over to Rivard, or Aiden Tucker, I should say. Now the Oxen start out with it. And that's Lachlan Levy. No, it's whistled down there. I thought Lachlan Levy might have a break there, but it was whistled down. And the faceoff coming just outside the Blazers' blue line. 4:07 to play here in the opening period. No score. Some great goaltending so far. And that's Brady McKenzie with the shot. And it's handled by the Blazers goaltender. We'll bring you up to date on the Ottertown scoreboard here at the end of the first period. The faceoff coming down, that's Gerhardt taking it for the Oxen. He wins it. Gerhardt trying to keep it, but he couldn't do it. The Blazers have it, but Davison, he knocks the puck right off the stick of Matt Bursey before Matt Plukauskas picks it up for the Blazers. But Plukauskas can't do a lot with it, and the Oxen take it again. And here comes Gerhardt. No, that's Brady McKenzie. McKenzie to Davidson. Davidson trying to get around near the net. Davidson going in and takes a small shot there. There's another shot by McKenzie from the point. So an interesting first period here, no question. As both teams checking quite tight, not giving players a lot of room to move right now. And the few times that they have had some decent shots on net, both goaltenders have gone up hot. That's LeBlanc, picks it up for the Blazers. He's going in with it, trying to do something with it, but can't. And Fitch takes it for the Oxen. Fitch going to try to get out of his own end, and he does. He gets it over to Maloney, who gets it to Davison. And that's Matthew Shields that takes the shot. LeBlanc has it on the left-hand side for the Blazers. Rivard, he had it at the Oxen blue line. Oh, one player left alone there, but he couldn't get position well enough. Tristan LeBlanc, and he didn't do anything with it as the puck just skipped over his stick all alone in front of the Oxen net. .202 to play here in the opening period. Sackville Blazers, no score. The Windsor Oxen, no score. Real good crowd on hand here tonight at the arena. As I was coming in, they were lined up way back into the second-tier parking lot waiting for tickets. And I would have to say there's probably close to 350, maybe chasing 4 in the stand, sitting in the stands tonight. As West Hants residents continue to support the Oxen very well, and the Oxen like to send a big thank you. There's Fitch at the blue line for the Oxen. He clears it in behind the net, where it's picked up by Aiden McLeod, and the Blazers start out with it. And that's Morikoff. We're into the last minute of play here in the opening period. And the puck tossed down. It's not going to go for icing. It didn't go far enough. So the Blazers have it. No, it's going to be called for, we'll see what happens here now. Our linesman had his hand up for an icing, but it didn't materialize. There's Bursey for the Blazers. He tried to get it up to Dylan Probert, but to no avail. There's a shot taken by Micah Tucker as they battle for it along the boards. We're down to the final 10 seconds. A shot there by Caden Kurlak. And Brayton Shaka makes the save for the Blazers. Oxen have really started to control the play here in the latter part of this opening period. And there you have it, the end of the first period here at the John Paris Junior Rink tonight in Windsor. We have a scoreless draw between the Sackville Blazers and the Windsor Oxen. The Oxen out shooting the Blazers 19-6 in that opening period. We'll just take a quick look at the Otatown scoreboard to see how it might be going here right now. And the Straight Pirates are leading Brookfield 2-1. The Junior Miners leading Antigonish 1-0. But we have no score to report on the Capstone Colts and the East Hants Penguins so far. But it's Junior Miners 1, Antigonish 0. The Junior Miners at 2-12. That would be a major upset if that could happen, because the Bulldogs have to hit the road early tomorrow morning for Bridgewater. And the other game tonight, there we have it. As I said, the Straight Pirates on top of the Brookfield Elks 2-1. And that is a huge game for the Straight Pirates tonight, because right now it's a pretty tight race in the Sid Row division. Eskasoni with 18. The Pictou County Scotias with 14. The Antigonish Bulldogs at 6, 5, and 1. The Pitts Port Hawkesbury Straight Pirates are 5, 7, and 1 for 11 points. But we have a 0-0 draw after one period, with the Oxen out shooting the Sackville Blazers 19-6. And we'll be back to bring you the second period in just a few minutes. Back here for the second period of play here tonight. As the face-off for the second period was just dropped. We're in a scoreless draw right now. We'll see who might be able to score here in the second period. The Blazers break out with Tucker. They come down 3-on-2, but they can't get puck in any place to get a proper scoring chance. There's Davidson for the Oxen. Out to Gerhard. Nice chance there. And it's Shaky that makes the save. Sackville trying to get by Caden Kurlach. And they couldn't. They're still controlling the puck. They get it over to Mac Bursey. There's a shot there by number 9, William Hartnell. Here's the face-off down in the Sackville Blazers' end. Caden Kurlach playing defense there, along with Nick Vidido. And Vidido knocks it away at center ice. Kurlach picks it up again. Tried to get it up to Hartnell, but to no luck, but Walsh takes it away. Walsh going in with Hartnell. Walsh lets a shot go. Nice save there by Shake in the Sackville nets. Here come the Blazers right straight back. Down the ice they go. But the Oxen break that up. And it almost bounced off a skate and to a Sackville defender right in front. But the Oxen take a hold of it. Hartnell comes in. Hartnell takes a shot. Walsh gets it. And they score, the Oxen, on the second rebound. Nice goal. It was Hartnell then Walsh. And I didn't see who got the last poke, but I guess Walsh was the guy that got the last poke at it there. So Cammy Walsh scores his 7th goal of the year for the Oxen. And it was a Hartnell and Walsh. Nice, almost 2-on-none. 2 great saves. But a second rebound that Shake could not control. The Blazers right back at it, but they couldn't do a whole lot with it. We'll see who, I know Hartnell got an assist on that goal, but we'll see who got the second assist, if there was a second assist. And the puck stumped in there to the Oxen territory. The Blazers can't do a lot with it as the Oxen stay right on top of it. Oh, Nick Vidido got the goal. And that goal coming at 2:10. I thought somebody got the second rebound. It didn't look like Cam Walsh got it, but he was down taking the congratulations for it. But Vidido did put the second rebound past Shake in the Sackville nets. So it's 1-0 Oxen right now. just enjoying a hot dog here. If you get a chance, if you're listening to this and you get a chance, the Windsor or the West Hants 15A, under 15A team are selling them here at the game tonight. So I'm sure they would appreciate any support you might be able to offer. If you're home sitting on your Chesterfield watching it, well, you're probably not going to make the trip to the rink to get a hot dog, but I'd just like to comment on the boys putting a great effort out here tonight. Here's Levy fighting with it along the boards. And Cody Hebb, he chips away at it. Levy takes it again. Levy lets a shot go, and Shake has to come up with the save. There's Kurlock. He dumped it in. He still got possession of the puck as it come back to him. And there's Smith. Reese Smith for the and there's the puck coming back up, trying to get it into the Oxen territory, but Sackville fails. And here's Davidson coming down. He takes a shot right on Shake, and Shake makes the save. The Oxen still maintaining control. They get it over to 16. Maloney takes a shot as well. Gerhard fighting for it along the boards. And there's Maloney. It just straight out over the Blazer blue line. Gerhard and Davidson keeping an eye on the Sackville defenders. And here comes Davison for the Oxen. And it's back to 81, Paul Maloney. Maloney puts a check into one of the Sackville defenders and knocks him off guard. There's Maloney with it. Maloney gets it up to Gerhard. And here come the Oxen. McLeod had it. And then he goes back in behind the Oxen net where it's picked up by Jasper Fitch. Fitch has it. He's going to try to work his way out of the Oxen territory. And that's Hartnell. Hartnell to Gerhard. Oxen struggling to get out, but they finally do, and they get it up to Hartnell going down. Hartnell shoots it, but Shake makes the save. And here's the chance for 43 Cam Walsh. He gets it back to Vitito. Vitito takes the shot, and it goes just a bit wide. There's Caden Kurlock. Caden Kurlock shoots it. It took a tip off a stick, but then went wide. And here's Caden Kurlock, who's going to have it again. Is he going to shoot it? Yes, he does. It doesn't get it there all the way, but Vitito takes a shot. Vitito just scoring his first goal of the game for the Oxen, and he puts them up 1-0 here. Kurlock going in aggressively. There's Cam Walsh, gets it out in front of the net. And Shaky comes up with a great save there. Walsh thought he had it. He thought he had put it over him. And it remains a 1-0 hockey game. There's Dylan Manning going to take the face-off for the Oxen. Caden Curlock takes a shot. Or I should say that was Shields that took the shot there for the Oxen. The Blazers trying to maneuver it out of their own end. And they finally do, but it just slides all the way down. And Kayla Monroe covers up for the Oxen. The Oxen missing Graydon Mole, their number one goaltender tonight, due to a suspension that he received following a game in Sackville a week ago Monday night. So he sat out the rest of that game, plus the Bridgewater game against the Lumberjacks on Tuesday afternoon. Now, he's out tonight, and whether he'll be back for Eskasoni on Sunday, I'm not sure, as they travel to Eskasoni. Next Friday night, the Oxen will play in East Hants against the Penguins. There's the Blazers. They had a chance, but couldn't get a real good shot away. As I said, the Oxen are in East Hants. And then they're back here a week from Sunday night against the Brookfield Elks. I'll be away, so I won't be able to bring you that game. The Oxen will have somebody else. But then we're back here on November 28th. And I'm trying to think who it is on the 28th, if it's the Pictou County Scotians or not. But anyway, it's the Elks. Oh, there's a goal. I don't even think Shaky saw it. And that's Matthew Shields. But it was a bang-bang play right in front of the net. We'll see who gets the assists on that. Goal coming at 11:19 left here in the second period. Still battling this cold. They're fighting for the puck along the center ice line. It goes back to Nick Morikov for the Blazers. We'll see who gets that goal here. Just a minute now. It'll be announced. So that goal, the bang-bang play in front of the net, it was Matthew Shields, team leading 8th goal of the year, with assists going to Micah Tucker and Dylan Manning. So it's a 2-0 game now, and we've gone through the, here's Cam Walsh again. He's got a partial break, going and scores! Puts it right through the pads. So Kemi Walsh scores here, and it's now 3-0 Oxen. So he put that puck right through the Sackville goalie's pads. And now the Oxen are on top, 3-0. And they're out shooting the Blazers desperately right now, 34-11. As I was saying, the Blazers, and in this period, they're out shooting them 15-5 so far. Now, there's going to be a penalty coming up. I believe that I have to see now. Well, no, maybe not. They get that arm up sometimes. No, I guess there is no penalty. My apologies. No, so Probert taking the face-off against Dylan Manning. Blazers really have had no luck. They've had a couple of quality shots. That goal coming with 8:46 left here. And the Oxen come in again and nail another one. So after no score in the opening period, the Oxen come right back. And there it is. So the come right around the net. And the Oxen make it 4-0. And they've really poured it on here in the second period. The Blazers just have not been able to do anything. There's Manning. Manning with it again. He takes it in there. And it comes back to the point, only for a short second. That goal by Micah Tucker. And it comes unassisted. And it comes with 7:25 to play here, just a minute ago. But Micah Tucker whipped in around the net and with a real hurry chance, put the puck right past Shaky, and now it's 4-0 Oxen. And they've had a great second period here. A kind of period any coach likes to see, as the Blazers have not been able to get on track at all. The Blazers have been a very inconsistent hockey team because they come into Windsor tonight in a game like this, and they're just so you can't call them inept, but they just can't do anything. The Oxen have had it all over them. There's Fletcher coming down for the Oxen, but yet they'll turn around and they beat Anakin this year a week ago or last Monday night in Sackville by a score of 5-3. So it's very hard to predict what kind of Blazers team you're going to see when they hit the ice. But right now, they're a Blazers team that's down 4 goals to the Windsor Oxen with 5 minutes and 29 seconds to play here in the second period. Here comes Jasper Fitch. Or Reese Smith, I should say. Reese Smith has it behind the net. He tries to clear it out in front, and he does to I believe that's, Connor Noss. This game's only an hour old, and we've only got 5 minutes left in the second period. Davison coming in for the Oxen. He tries to step around Morikawa for the Blazers, but can't. And there's Smith, and then Gerhardt gets a shot off. And Brady McKenzie has the puck. Back to Davison. Davison going in, takes a shot right on. Nice save by Shake. Another shot. And Davison still fighting for the puck, along with Jacob Gerhardt back there. The Blazers finally get a chance to move it out. But they really can't do anything down in the Oxen end. And it comes right out, and the Oxen are back with it. Hartnell coming in over the blue line. He shoots. Nice glove save there by Shake. The Oxen head out on their longest road trip of the year on Sunday when they travel to play the Eskasoni Junior Eagles Sunday afternoon in Eskasoni. There's a shot, scores! 92, that's Aiden McLeod. Beautiful goal, he was left all alone right to the right of Shaky, and it's 5-0 now with 3:35 to play in the second period. And we've got a 5-0 hockey game on our hands right now. And for Aiden McLeod, that was his third goal of the year. Vittino questioning the penalty he was just called for. The Oxen have done a very good job and playing a very disciplined game tonight and staying out of the penalty box, but they had that double minor call with Sackville. And I believe that this is only their second penalty of the game. And Vidido going to serve this one with 3:03 left in the second period. We'll see what Vidido got that for. So it's a 5-on-4 for the next 2 minutes with the Blazers power play. Blazers trying to work with it in the Oxen zone. They have it there across, and that's Makarov that misses on the shot, and the Oxen clear it out right down on Shaky in the Sackville net. There's 22. Oh, and 22 almost for the Oxen. Dylan Manning. He came darn close to scoring shorthanded. Now we've got a bit of a scuffle down in front of the Sackville Blazers net. Number 5, Matt Plakowskis and Tucker, Micah Tucker, but I imagine they'll get minor penalties out of this. .232 to go here in the second period. 5-0 Oxen. The Oxen out hammering the Blazers in shots this period. 22-6. And there's the puck. Shot down the ice by the Oxen. And Shaky makes the save because it went right on the net. The Oxen are in Yep, Aiden McLeod getting that goal. So just a minute 50 left here in the second period. As I said, next Friday night, the Oxen will be heading to East Hants, and they'll be back home Sunday night, November 23rd, when the Brookfield Elks are in. This time next Friday night, I'll be in Shreveport, Louisiana, watching the Shreveport Mudbugs take on the Amarillo Drillers in the United States Junior A Hockey League game. And on the 23rd, I'll be watching the Atlanta Falcons, the New Orleans Saints play in an NFL game at the Superdome. I've always wanted to go to the Superdome and haven't made it. So this will be a chance to see it. But I'll be back for the game on the 28th. There they fight for it along the boards there. There they're beating away at it there, but the Oxen have it. They go to try to clear it out here. And the penalty is now expired. And both teams are playing 5-on-5. And now we have less than a minute to go. There's Smith to Shields. Shields shoots it. Here come the Blazers again. They come down the ice, but they take a shot there, but really can't do too much, and the shot is from a distance. And that's other than a couple of good chances in the first period, they really have done nothing. And they're fighting for it along the boards as we're down to the final 5 seconds of this second period. And there it'll be, buzzer will blow here. And there you have it. 2 periods in this Nova Scotia Junior Hockey League game tonight here in Windsor between the Windsor Oxen and the Sackville Blazers. The Oxen looking now for their fifth win of the year. And if they win tonight, which it appears like now they will, they'll be 5-6-2 and have 12 points. Shots on goal in that period. 23-7. So the Oxen have outshot the Blazers 19-6 and 23-7. Outplayed them incredibly here in these 2 periods. And you have to give your Brandon Shake in the Sackville Nets a little bit of credit. He held up strong in the first period, stopping all 19 shots he faced. But then the Oxen did score 5 in the second period as the Oxen outshot them 23-7. We'll take a look at the Odertown scoreboard now. And the Capstone Colts are leading the East Hants Penguins 2-1. Brookfield has jumped back, and they're now leading Port Hawkesbury 4-3. And that would be a big win for the Elks tonight. Meanwhile, Annie-Kanish is out in front of the Junior Miners 2-1. Annie-Kanish going to the South Shore tomorrow night. But we have a 5-0 game. Oxen over the Blazers at the end of 2 periods here at the John Paris Junior Rink in Windsor. And I'll be back to bring you the third period momentarily. Welcome back to the third period here at the John Paris Junior Rink in Windsor tonight. The Windsor Oxen go into this third period, outshooting the Sackville Blazers 42-13 so far, and outscoring them 5-0. Scoring for the Blazers, or for the Oxen tonight, has been, I'll get my stats in front of me here. It was Nick Vitito on the first goal, Will Shields the second goal, Jasper Fitch the third goal, Micah Tucker the fourth goal, and Aiden McLeod had the fifth goal for the for the Oxen tonight. So we're now down to the final 20 minutes in this Nova Scotia Junior B Hockey League game as the Oxen look for their fifth win of the year. Puck cleared in there by Mac Bursey for the Blazers. And there's Nicholson. He tries to take it back in but can't. But that's Meek. Meek takes a shot. And Kalen Monroe comes up with the save. But the shots on goal, 19-6 in favor for Windsor in the first period, 23-7 in the second. So we'll have to see if the Oxen can outplay them as bad this third period. Somebody going home. With $377 from the 50-50 draw tonight. So it'll be interesting to see who takes home some early Christmas shopping money. Here come the Blazers. They try to break out. That's LeBlanc. LeBlanc shoots it wide. And it goes back out over the Oxa blue line. And here comes Hartnell. Hartnell gets a break. He goes in, but he can't get around. And he tries to get it up over Shake, goaltender for the Blazers, but can't. And then Hartnell picks it up at center ice again. He's coming back in, trying to get the puck over to Walsh, but it's taken away by the Blazers, Adam Millette. There's Jasper Fitch with it. He tried to clear it up to no avail. Xavier Rivard, he took a shot, but it's cleared out. Millette gets it back to Makarov. There's McKenzie, Brady McKenzie for the Oxen. He gets it in behind the Blazers net, and they fight for it along there before the Blazers get a hold of it. But they can't get it out. The Blazers still passing it around. And that's the Oxen moving back in. And Shields had it for a minute for the Oxen. Oxen staying right with the Blazers. The Blazers seem to be coming out just a little more aggressive so far in this third period, but they haven't been able to do anything so far with the puck, as they've had no scoring chances other than one chance. As long as we have no major fisticuffs and the game is not held up by penalties, we're looking at a game tonight, about the third one in the league this year, that'll be played in under 2 hours. That's pretty darn good. The Blazers, they shoot it out, but it's back on the sticks of the Oxen. Caden Letticott has it on defense for the Blazers. He gets it over to Connor Foston. Foston shoots it in, where Caden Kerlock picks it up for the Oxen. Back out to Letticott. Letticott over to Foster. But the Blazers can't really do anything as the Oxen keep them tied up at their blue line. And that's Lachlan Levy that shoots it in behind the Blazers' net. There's the Blazers dumping it back into the Oxen territory, but Jasper Fitch picks it right up. Gets it up to Cody Hebb. Hebb tries to get it across to McKenzie. And there's Fletcher with it. And here's McKenzie coming with it. Down over the Blazers blue line. McKenzie takes a shot. Good hard shot that that's Shaking has to turn away. And the Blazers breaking out here. Going 1-on-3 here, but can't do it too much with it. But we're going to have a penalty on that play. As at the very end of it, the Blazers couldn't get a good shot away. So it'll be the Oxen going to the penalty box. It looks like it'll be Caden Kurlock taking the 2-minute minor. And they skate out for it. There's McKenzie. McLeod, I should say, for the Oxen. Yeah, Blazers on the power play. LeBlanc going in. Tries to get an angle to shoot. And Kurlock gets the penalty, 2 minutes for holding. There's Xavier Rivard with it for the Blazers, but he can't really do a whole lot with it. There's a shot. Be nice to see Caleb Monroe get the shutout tonight, even though he's only had 15 shots. But the Oxen will have to get it out here. Here comes Micah Tucker. Tucker takes a shot. Hartnell tried to get the rebound, but it didn't come out to him. And here comes Makarov. Over to Will Meek for the Blazers. And it quickly is cleared out. And here comes Dylan Manning. Manning breaking through the Sackville defense. Shoots it. Oh! And Shake makes the save. And there was nobody there for the Oxen to put the rebound home. There's Foston for the Blazers. Back to Will Meek. Foston has it again. Looking to set it up here. Over to Matt Bursey. Back to Meek. Meek shoots it. Oh! Good stick save there by Kalen Monroe. Here comes Tucker. Tucker trying to find a spot to put it on the stick. Back out to the blue line. There's a shot. Oh! 2 great saves there by Kalen Monroe. A very rapidly played period. Here comes Smith for the Oxen. That's Reese Smith. To Tucker. Tucker shoots it, and it's caught there by Brayton Shake. And we've got 11:35 to go here in the third period. The Oxen leading the Sackville Blazers 5-0. There's Lachlan Levy chasing the puck for the Oxen, but he can't get a control of it behind the Blazers net. And that's Bursey breaking out with Dylan Probert, but the Oxen take control of it again for a short second as they pile up along the boards. We'll see who can come up with it here. And it's got to be Fletcher. Fletcher dumps it in. And Shake comes out after the puck bounces off the boards, back out in front of him, and Shake covers up.
Don't forget, ladies and gentlemen, next game here at the John Paris Junior Rink, Sunday, November 23rd, against the Brookfield Devils. Help support Devlin and family.
Mitchell with it. Walsh. And there's Walsh with it again. Walsh going to try to get a shot off, but he can't. There's Walsh with it again. He's moving around there. And now it goes out to Adam Millette. Adam Millette going in. There's a beauty of a save. Dazzling save there. Off number, try to get the number here, off number 10, I believe it was. Yes, Xavier Rivard. Blazers almost were 3-on-1 almost. Rivard got a great shot on Caleb Monroe, but Monroe stopped him cold. There's going to be another chance for Adam Millette, but Monroe comes out and makes a great stick handling save and clears the puck away. Walsh chasing in behind the Blazers net as the Blazers attempt to come out. Here comes Makarov, defenseman for the Blazers, but he only takes it so far. And there's 24, Mallet. Back to number 9 for the Blazers. Cam Walsh has it. And here comes Hartnell. Hartnell moving with it to McLeod. Right out to Gerhardt. Gerhardt takes a shot, but it's stopped by Shake. The Blazers out shooting the Oxen 8-5 so far in this period. And we're already down to the final 8:28. And the score remains 5-0. There was no scoring in the first period tonight. The Oxen scored 5 times in the second period. And now they've been held scoreless so far in this third period. Little mix up there in front of the net. I don't know if it's going to cause any penalties or not. Looks like there might be a couple of roughing penalties handed out. As Manning is tangled up with trying to see who it is for Sackville. So they've got both penalty boxes open. So we'll see who's going to go down and serve. And it looks like it's going to be Will Meek that's going for the Blazers. He's one of their top scorers. No, it's Mac Bursey going in. Meek had his helmet off, and he was skating that way, but he didn't go in the penalty box. And the referee's still having a talk over there with the scorekeeper. We still don't know who's going to go in the box for the Oxen. I won't belabor a point that I made here last week, but I still find it fascinating that they do this talking, and they obviously know who the penalties are going to, but why they allow the players to hang around the ice and then they talk to the players, and but whatever's going on, they're trying to figure out. As the Oxen's penalty box door still remains open. But now, Bursey has left the penalty box for the Blazers. So who the heck knows what's going on? And the officials are still having quite a conversation with Caden Kurlak and Will Meek for the Oxen and the Blazers. One penalty has been posted for the Blazers. I don't see any for the Oxen yet. Meek talking to the referees, but he's already been assessed a 2-minute minor for slashing. Now Meek's going over to the box to talk to his team. And that's Dylan Manning. It's got a, no. So is there only one penalty on this? It appears as if there is, and it took a drastic amount of time to call a 2-minute minor for slashing. But there's Tucker on the blue line for the Oxen. Back to Caden Kurlak. So the Oxen have the power play for the next 1 minute 42 seconds. Ten-minute misconduct handed out. So a misconduct handed out to the Blazers as well. So that player will not be seeing any more ice time tonight, as there's 7:55 left in this third period. The faceoff coming out outside the Blazers blue line. And that's Gerhardt going to take the faceoff. He wins it. He gets it over to 17 Manning. Wilson Davidson, I should say. Vidido has it. And he's got one of the goals for the Oxen tonight. And here we go. There's Caden Kurlak with it. Kurlak clears it over to Tucker. Tucker back to Gerhardt. Tucker has it to Gerhardt. Giving lots of room. Davidson takes a shot, and it's right on Shake, but Shake makes a good save there. 53 seconds left in the Oxen power play, with 7:18 to play here in the third period. The Blazers, with a loss tonight, would fall to 4-10 on the year, while the Oxen would improve to 5-6-2. been quite a while since you saw the Sackville Blazers in last place in the Nova Scotia Junior Hockey League. So they're doing some redeveloping and rebuilding. It was only 2 years ago. I guess it was a couple of more years ago. It was in Kensington PEI in 1920 when they won the they were eliminated in the Don Johnson Cup, but they did make it there, winning the league championship. And then COVID struck. There's Hartnell for the Oxen. Hartnell moving with the puck. He gets it out to 13, and a shot by McLeod. And McLeod has it for the Oxen. Oh, tried to get it across in front of the net to the Blazers, but it was too far, and there was no room for them to put it in the net. And here's Walsh. Cam Walsh coming in. He gets a shot, but it deflects off the stick of number 5, Matt Poplaskis. Oxen trying to keep it in here. Their power play is now up, so we're back to 5-on-5 hockey. And there's a save there by Monroe. And we're down to 5:28. I'll be interested to see that United States Junior A Hockey League game. That's the same as the Quebec Major, Ontario, and Western Hockey Leagues. AAA Junior in Canada, but they have something like 32 or 38 teams. The East doesn't play the West and vice versa through the year, but they have a lot of teams in both conferences. But it'll be interesting to see the quality of play when the Shreveport Mudbugs take on the Amarillo Drillers. And instead of watching the Oxen and East Hants next Friday night, that's where I'll be, watching the Mudbugs and the Drillers in Shreveport. There's the Oxen coming. There's Fletcher with it. He streaks in, shoots, scores! Fletcher streaking in there all alone. And he had no trouble scoring to the far right side. And with 3:59 to play, it's now 6-0 Oxen. We'll see here about Fletcher. And that's Deshaun Fletcher, 23. And Deshaun Fletcher. Let's just check to see just how many goals that is for him this year. His third of the season. So he now has 3 goals and 3 assists on the season for 6 points. Reese Smith getting an assist on the goal. And we're down to the final 3 minutes of play. And there's Will Meek going in with a real good shot on Caleb Monroe, but Monroe comes up big. The shot was directly on him. Caleb Monroe fighting hard now for his shutout. And that's something in this junior hockey league you don't see a lot of, is shutouts, because there's some pretty potent offense. Here comes Cam Walsh. Walsh breaking through the Sackville defense, but couldn't quite do it. Walsh still has control of the puck, and he's taken into the boards there. Hartnell taking the Sackville into the boards. And then Walsh picks it up again. Walsh has it. And it goes to Aiden McLeod. Aiden McLeod, and he goes right in, takes a shot on Shake. Here comes Walsh for the Oxen, but he can't quite get it over to Hartnell. And the Blazers take it away. 77, Josh Nicholson picks it up for the Blazers. But the Oxen go back, and Nick Vitito has it. He tries to make a move up the ice. He does. He comes across center ice. And there's a penalty going to be called. It was a slash. But I heard the slash, but I didn't see it. And it's going to be Aiden McLeod going off 2 minutes for slashing. So the Blazers will stay on the power play for the final 141 of this game. Just taking a quick look at the schedule for the remainder of this weekend. And as I said, the Colts and East Hants, junior minors in Antigonish and Brookfield and Port Hawkesbury to go along with this game tonight. There's 3 games in the league tomorrow. The Colts will be in Brookfield. Antigonish will be in Bridgewater to play the South Shore. And there's a great save by Shake as he takes it away from number 10, Xavier Rivard. But we have Antigonish and Bridgewater tomorrow night to play the Lumberjacks, and Pictou will play the junior minors in number 2. Sunday, the Oxen on the road, their longest road trip of the year, to play Eskasoni, and Port Hawkesbury will be at Pictou. And then Monday night, another good one, East Hants, well, at least Sackville, we think, will be playing better, but they're playing the East Hants Penguins at home on Monday night. Excuse me. We're into the final minute of play here in the third period. And this game is now exactly 2 hours old. So good, crisp hockey. The Blazers desperately outplayed so far. But a far less shots for the Ox in this period. It's 6-0 Oxen. They did score 1 goal here this period. There's another shot on goal for the Oxen. There we go, and the shots on goal in the third period will be 10 for the Oxen, but the Blazers did manage 13, so the Blazers did outshoot them 13-10 in that final period, but it didn't do them any good as they were outshot 19-6 and 23-7 in the opening 2 periods. Your final score here tonight, 6-0, the Windsor Oxen over the Sackville Blazers. We'll take one final look at the Out of Town scoreboard before we leave you tonight. And so we have a Capstone Colts 5-2 over the East Hants Penguins. The Straight Pirates have bounced back and are leading the Brookfield Elks 6-5. And the Junior Miners giving the Antigonish Junior Bulldogs quite a fight. Bulldogs leading the Junior Miners 4-3 in Antigonish. 6-0 your final here tonight against the Sackville Blazers. And I bid you a good night, and I'll be back on the 28th here when the Royals are back in action here prior to the Christmas break. 6-0 your final. Dan Boyd bidding you a good night from the John Paris Junior Rink in Windsor.